Hey nerds, what's up? Welcome to another board game video where I'm going to talk about my most favorite aesthetically pleasing board games. One of my favorite things to talk about here on this channel, and that's also one of my most well-performing videos, so obviously you guys like talking about it too. I am going to review some of the board games that I just continue to love playing, that I already own and have discussed, but if you want to see all my favorite aesthetically pleasing games that I've talked about before, I'll put a playlist up here of all of my board game videos, as well as I will link certain aesthetically pleasing board game videos throughout this video. But I will talk about some new and notable ones, and again, as well as some of my favorites that just continue to hold up over time and that I really enjoy. So without further ado, let's get started.
Aesthetics are a major reason I pick up a board game and decide to play it. Whether it be because there looks to be a satisfying tactile aspect to the game, the artwork catches my eye, the theme of the game sounds interesting, or it has a combination of all three, these are some of the new games I have found super aesthetic, and I'll be discussing those specific aspects about each of them. Let's talk about artwork, the visual aspect of the board game that really draws the eye. I've gushed over Wingspan's gorgeous illustrative artwork done by Ana Marie Martinez Jaramillo, Natalia Rojas, Greg May, and Beth Sobel, as well as the stunning watercolor artwork by Carolina Kiak and Katarzyna Fieberger for Meadow. I got to further enjoy Carolina's work in the expansion Meadow Downstream, with 80 new pieces of artwork and exploring a brand new board. Some games with adorable art that I got to play were Casting Shadows by Unstable Games with the designer Rami Badi, making mythical creatures look like catchable Pokemon companions. The Push Your Luck dice game with adorable derpy pups, Spots, with art by John Bond, and some tiny precious dragons in the Tea Dragon Society card game with work from Josh T. McDowell and Kay O'Neill. Finally, I have to gush about one artist in particular, because I've immediately recognized his work and want to buy the game simply because of him, Vincent Dutrait. You will recognize his portfolio of work from games such as Atlantis Rising, Tribes of the Wind, and Heat: Pedal to the Metal. You can actually look up a list of his work on BoardGameGeek.com and just see the plethora of work he has done. His art is just stunning with hand-drawn detail and vibrant colors. It's a combo of realism and a sense of comic book illustration. It's always exciting to see a new board game with his signature art on it. I've gotten to play both Tribes of the Wind and Heat this year, and both were equally stunning because of all the detail and work that Vincent brought to the game itself. While artwork is a main component of an aesthetically pleasing game, having tactile details like little dog bones and spots to re-roll your dice, or the numerous types of resources in Everdell, really makes a game more memorable and desirable to come back to. I talked about World Wonders in my fave games of 2023, with their miniatures of so many world wonders, which added to the strategy and gameplay of the game. Instead of having, a printout of the structures taking up the space, you have a 3D piece to take up space, which just makes the game, in my opinion. The same goes with Raw, where instead of collecting cards, they make tiles to add to the more ancient setting of the game, and again, it's a satisfying feeling to fit those tiles into the game boards and pull from the bag. With Rolling Heights, they use stackable cubes of different colors and finishes to create a skyline, immersing you into the idea of being contractors creating a city. Topping your structure with your player color, it's just the cherry on top, pun intended. And seeing your skyline slowly develop truly makes the game. Finally, I just want to talk about the games that just deliver the vibes that they were intending. All of these games do that, but I really wanted to emphasize the other aspects more. I talked about Lacrimosa and some of my favorite Meteor games, but this game fully immerses you into the musical era of Mozart. Each player mat has the appearance of a music folder. You are placing music notes on sheet music on the game board. You're collecting different compositions of Mozart and juggling your actions to further your affiliation with Mozart and his work. From the artwork to the individual pieces of this game, it's a fully immersive historical musical experience. I've talked about Tokaido before, a game that I was so excited to play and actually purchase this year. You're simply exploring and experiencing different aspects of Japan, trying to collect as many experiences as possible through the food, culture, art, and exploration of the island. It's a very simplistic but very beautiful game. On a similar note, another simpler game with gorgeous pieces and artwork is Trekking Through History. The stunning colors of each historical moment you can visit, along with the matching icons you can collect throughout each round, just makes it an overall aesthetically satisfying game. Another straightforward thematic game I played this year was Starry Night Sky. You are exploring the stars and trying to complete constellations. With literally star-colored pieces to match onto each constellation, the gameplay is simple, but the overall artwork, pieces, and again the theme just really comes together, and if you are into stars, astrology, and the like, I would recommend this game for that purpose alone. Finally, I'm ending on a festive note with a very thematic Christmas game, Santa's Workshop. This game was simply adorable. You represent 3 different working elves, each working as hard as possible to create toys by collecting the necessary materials, taking care of the reindeer, and of course, having Christmas spirit. You do that through decorating the central Christmas tree and fulfilling toy orders. From the theme to the little ornaments and gameplay of this game, it's a very festive and timely game to have for the holidays. Overall, one I'm looking forward to play next year as well.
I'm so excited and always thankful whenever I get a brand new board game to add to our collection, especially when it is an aesthetically pleasing board game. As always, let me know what board games I've missed, any brand new board games that you all have received during this past year, and that is your favorite aesthetically pleasing game. Of course, always let me know down below. My list continues to grow, and of course, I'm only able to accumulate as much as my wallet can allow, as much as my husband allows, as well as just what games actually really interest me. But I always love hearing what your favorite aesthetically pleasing board games are, so please continue to comment and like this video if you enjoyed it. But anyway, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.